everyone, Jeff here with A Taste for Whiskey, and again, we are mixing it up with Bill.
Sure are. So today, we are mixing up, we're going to call it Not Your Father's Whiskey Sour. So that's what we have here in Jeff's glass.
It's pretty darn good, too.
Yeah,
I keep salivating.
I can't wait to have it. So we are celebrating Father's Day today. Annually, it's the third Sunday in June. So we'll be celebrating here in a couple days. So when we make up a whiskey sour, what you're typically going to see, what turns a lot of people off, and this is why it's not your father's whiskey sour, so we're not going to have an egg white. Typically when you put an egg white in there, it's not a whiskey sour, it's called a Boston sour.
Well, thank goodness I don't like egg whites in any of my drinks.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, we're going to call it, I would typically refer to it as a Philly sour. You know why?
No.
Because it's got egg whites, just like Rocky used to drink.
Oh.
Dad joke alert right there. All right, so Father's Day, we're going to start off today with the whiskey sour with 2 ounces of your favorite bourbon. All right, so like we talked about in previous videos, you got to make sure you like your bourbon before you mix in your cocktail. We're not trying to hide things, we're trying to enhance and collaborate things together. All right, so we're going to start off with 2 ounces of your favorite bourbon. So our choice today is Wild Turkey Rare Breed.
Oh, that's like, this has got a really good balance of flavor.
Yeah,
I really taste that bourbon, but the rest of the ingredients is really shining through as well.
Exactly. It's a little bit of a bite. It's a little bit of high proof. So that's usually when you make your whiskey sour, you want something a little more bite, a little more spicy.
Okay.
So we'll start there. So celebrating Father's Day today, right?
Yes.
So do you know how Father's Day started?
I bet he's getting ready to pour me a story, isn't he?
I sure am. Took my line right out of my mouth. Jeff, let me pour you a story. So Father's Day, it originated back in 1910. It was founded by a woman named Sonora Smart Dodd. So she had a father, he was a Civil War veteran. He raised 6 children all by himself. And she wanted a day just like Mother's Day where she could celebrate what her dad did and all he did for her. So Mother's Day's been around for a long time. Okay. So Father's Day, she had a lot of problems getting Father's Day passed because people in Congress and the American public didn't want another day that would be commercialized. Okay. That's what they're afraid of in 1910. Some we're afraid of now in 2023. So getting back to our drink, we got 2 ounces of bourbon here ready. Next thing we're going to do is add in a little bit of honey simple syrup. So simple syrup, as we mentioned in previous videos, we can make at home. Do you remember how to make simple syrup?
1 to 1.
Exactly. So 1 to 1 sugar to water. Boil it, let it rest, cool it down, put in your cocktail. So honey is no different, just another form of sugar. One portion of honey, 1 portion of water, equal portions together. So we'll dump 3/4 ounce of honey simple syrup in there.
That is so good. You can just barely get it.
Exactly. And it gets a little sweetness too.
That's right.
Try to balance out our next ingredient. We're going to balance out the sweetness with the fresh lemon juice. So when we look at the whiskey sour, we're going to put in 3/4 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now we get the sour part of it.
Okay.
So like most dads, you got a little bit of sweet, you got a little bit of sour. So
That's
mix
right.
those together with your Father's Day cocktail.
I love it.
So going back to our story here with the starting or founding of Father's Day, it went along, people were arguing about it for a very long time. It didn't become an official holiday until 1972 when President Nixon signed it into law. So it's only been a holiday for 51 years. I mean, it seems like it's been around for a long time.
I thought it was been around forever.
Exactly. So going back to our cocktail, since this one has, we talked about this before, since it has some kind of citrus form to it, we're going to add in, or we're going to make it shake it instead of stirring it.
That's right.
So we have in our fancy shaker here, make sure everything's tight. We'll shake it a little bit. And we already have some ice in here to give it a pre-chill. This has a built-in strainer. If you don't have a strainer, just make sure you strain out some of the pulp from the lemon. We'll pour it down into our drink.
Man, that looks fantastic. Ugh. As I've been sipping on this. It's so good. See, and I always talk about, I don't really like a lot of sweets, but man, it's just, again, just a great balance. Great balance.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the big reasons why I like whiskey sours, and this was my go-to cocktail when I was in college because it was cheap and something I could easily get at the bars. Made my breath smell a little bit nicer, I guess, with the lemon. This was the first historical mention of the whiskey sour was in 1870 in the Waukesha Plain Dealer. Do you know where Waukesha is?
No.
That's my hometown. So coming from Wisconsin, so again, something else I can take from my hometown, Wisconsin, especially Waukesha, next town over where I grew up. Always go for it.
Man, the brandies and the whiskey sour. I lived in the wrong place.
Hey, Wisconsin, we love our drinks. We love our cocktails.
Amen.
So let's go ahead and try this out.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's fantastic.
It's outstanding.
It's Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Cheers.
Cheers.